So have you ever personally experienced any racial prejudice here in Barbados or in the Caribbean?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah? Traveled into the US, the UK as a performer.
Yeah.
And as I say, it's a lot more social. Because I've even walked into rooms where, you know, I've got my hair braided or open at this point. I've got a lot of tattoos. And there's, you know, I've walked past people and they actually held their purse.
Really?
Yeah. And then when you speak, be surprised. Oh, you got a nice voice. You speak well. You know, it comes down to that. It doesn't just come down to the appearance. It's then the education plays is a factor.
To the way you're perceived.
Yeah, the way you speak, who you are.
So, what do you think? We've talked about race. What does that mean? What do you think that means to people? I think we throw that term around and maybe we really don't know what we're saying.
This race thing never happened to me. In fact, it was one of my directors, theater great friend, who we used to hang out sometimes after a show or whatever, rehearsals, and he said to me, well, you know, you're privileged. And I went, no, what? You know?
There are racist issues here, though, Kaye. Friends of mine do experience problems. Black friends, Indian friends of mine, whereby they would go out with me to an establishment, a store, wherever. And they say that the attention they would receive would be better. They'd be treated more respectfully if they were with myself or a white person than if, for instance, they go by themselves. So there are issues of racism here in Barbados to an extent. But I personally have never been discriminated against, and I've been all over the Caribbean. I've traveled extensively to every island, and I personally have not experienced black people being racist toward me.
Because of your skin color?
Yeah, or white, I mean, obviously. I find everybody very loving, warm, friendly in the Caribbean. I'm loving and warm and friendly to them, and I hug and kiss everyone. I mean, so much so that my husband, when we met, he said to me, do you have to be so tactile and touch and kiss up everybody? And, you know, I am like that, though. I'm very loving, and I've had to learn to not be so tactile with everybody, you know.
Right.
I would go into Bridgetown, and the car wash guys, I would go give them big hugs and kisses, and, you know, my husband would be like, my gosh, you're going to lead them on. You're going to lead them on. You know, so I have this problem where I don't see color in that way. I just see everybody's human. We all have the same blood running through our veins. You know, what separates us is fear, pride, religions, religious beliefs separate people, you know. But the skin color issue, I mean, how we can look at a black person and think that they're any less than us because of the color or pigment that is in their skin, to me, is preposterous.
All around me, I see racial discrimination. And I would have to be living on another planet in order to get away from it.
I cannot tell you that I can identify a time. I think that what happens is that because I'm an entertainer and I find that one area where it is a little bit tricky to show discrimination is in entertainment, especially in Barbados, because it is like a black-dominated industry.
Right.
So you usually find that white people are more operating in the more traditional industries. So when it comes to Calypso, if when you really look at it, because that's part of the industry that I'm in, and there are not really a lot of white people who are into Calypso. I can think of the only white person that comes to my mind that I would say is into Calypso and into the industry seriously, who I have worked with and I've had a very good working relationship with, is Tony Hoyas. So because of the fact that, and even in terms of Calypsonians, there are not really a lot of white Calypsonians either. You've had the Mighty Whitey, the late Mighty Whitey. You had the Silver Surfer, and it's sort of like an anomaly when that even white people come in and sing Calypso.
Right.
So because of that, I feel privileged in that there are not really a lot of white people trying to be in the industry. So I cannot tell you that I've encountered a lot of racism.
Yeah, my name is Stetson Wilshire, Red Plastic Bag. I'm a Calypsonian. I've been singing Calypso for over 33 years. I love the art form. Of course, you know, Calypso was born out of struggle and protest. First started on the plantations. So Calypso really is a powerful powerful medium for Calypsonians to use to spread messages, to speak up with the ills in society. And over the years, I've been doing quite a bit of that alongside of many other Calypsonians across the Caribbean. The Calypsonian is seen as a mirror in society, is seen as a storyteller, the people's newspaper. And we use this medium to tell our stories in song. And here in Barbados, we sing in the Calypso tents. Throughout the Caribbean, the Calypso tents where we actually go and we sing our songs.